Hey guys, Nicole here and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a product review of the Garmin Edge 820. I got this Garmin last year in October, so October 2016. So I've been using it for over 6 months now on a lot of different types of rides. So I'm basically just going to be telling you how I found it, what the positives and negatives are about it, and whether I would recommend buying it. So straight away you can see that the Garmin 820 has a really nice screen. It's nice and bright, and it's also in color, so it's very similar to the Garmin 520 but smaller than the Garmin 1000. It's also really easy to navigate. The most different thing from the 520 is the touch screen, which I really like. I prefer having the touch screen than the buttons. In a previous review I did of the 520, which is what I used to use, I did say that the buttons on the 520 were sometimes difficult to press and not very user-friendly. I found them non-responsive sometimes. But the touchscreen on the 820 I've actually had no problems with. It's never going to be as good as your smartphone touchscreen, but it definitely gets the job done for me. Another thing I really like about the Garmin 820 is its Bluetooth connectivity and wireless connectivity to Wi-Fi. So I'm able to upload my rides really easily and pretty quickly. So the moment I walk in the door, it's pretty much already uploaded my ride. So that's just up here. You can see that's the Wi-Fi connectivity, Bluetooth, and it also connects to my heart rate monitor and power meter. You can also connect it to a cadence as well, but because I've got the power meter I don't really need the cadence. So the only buttons on the 820 is the on and off button, which is on the side here, and we've also got a stop and start button here and a lap button. So if you want to start a ride, you just press that, and to navigate the screens you use the touch screen. Something else that is quite handy is if you want to change anything on the screen, all you have to do is hold down and you can change it. So that just saves a lot of hassle from having to stop a ride and change your training profile, as you can do it while you're actually riding. To stop a ride, just press the start stop button, and then you can save your ride or discard it. So the Garmin 820 also has maps, which are slightly more detailed and easier to use than the Garmin 520. However, they are not as good as the maps on the Garmin 1000, and I probably don't even use the maps, to be honest. If I use maps, I usually use my phone. The maps also use quite a lot of battery, so if you're following a course on the maps, the battery won't last quite as long on here. The battery life is about 14 to 15 hours. I did use this Garmin Everesting, and it lasted about the 15 hours that it does say it lasts for. So after that I had to use an external battery charger to charge it, as my Everesting took 20 hours. But the Garmin held up fine and I didn't lose any data. I also used this Garmin for touring when I toured from Melbourne to Adelaide, and I didn't have any problems with it. I just had to charge it at the end of every day because it doesn't have a huge battery life. So that's probably the only downside to this, and most Garmin products don't have the best battery life. But if you're like me and your rides aren't going to go for longer than 5 to 6 hours, then the battery life really isn't an issue for me. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it. To sum it up, I really like the touchscreen on this one. I prefer it to the 520 because I didn't really like using the buttons, and I also really like the ease of connectivity to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Connects really easily to my power meter and my heart rate monitor, so that's definitely a must for me. The only negative I can really think of is the battery life, but if you're like me and you're not likely to be doing a lot of touring or long rides that are over 15 hours, then it's really not an issue at all, and it's pretty hard for me to find any other faults with this Garmin. Also, if you're someone who's going to be heavily reliant on maps, which could be again for touring reasons, then I wouldn't recommend this Garmin because the maps aren't that great. I would actually prefer to use my smartphone for maps, or if you prefer, you can also get the Garmin 1000, which has better mapping and a larger screen, but then it also has a shitty battery life. So I'd be looking into something else if you are looking for a Garmin that is good for maps and touring. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below and I will do my best to answer. And if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone else who might find it useful. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I do a lot of cycling videos, vlogs, food, health, fitness, all that kind of stuff. Yet again, thanks for watching and I will see you guys next video.